Hi, welcome to the Stock and Knit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as Knitmore.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And it's been a while since we've seen y'all. And Happy New Year.
Yes.
It was a year. It's been since last year that we've podcasted. Cool. Mm-hmm. New day. New year.
Yeah, it almost feels like I don't know what I'm doing.
What do we do here? First we talk about the whats, and then we talk about the who's. Do you want to talk about life, or do you want to jump right into administrati, or do you want to do like a intersection of life and administrati?
I don't know. The only thing I thought to talk about, because it's frustrating me, is that the cat has ringworm.
Oh.
And we're applying it with, medication twice a day for the next month. And they said it's really hard to transfer. Highly unlikely were the vet's words. And then, her little spot seems to be growing in hairlessness. And I'm like, well, what's that mean? Does that mean it's working, or does that mean it's growing? I don't understand. I mean, it doesn't look the same, but there's no hair and it's getting bigger. I don't know.
She's worried. Any vets out there?
Yeah,
I know
cat
Whitney.
experts. Yeah, there you go.
Whitney is a vet, right? Anyway, 'tis the season to be making resolutions.
Mm-hmm.
So we started the KAL for January and February is our New Year's resolution KAL. And Amy's going to tell you a little bit about it.
Yes, I'm the one who threw the thread up there, so I gotta talk about it. So what I'm gonna have people do, if you want to participate, go out to the thread that's out there now. It's the chatter thread. Post what you would like to be a part of your resolutions. It is a chatter thread, so kind of remember where your number lies, what you posted, so that you can look back and get those things, or try to work towards those goals. And then as you go along, go ahead and post any hey, I got one thing off the list, hooray, in that chatter thread. And then sometime in February, probably mid-February, I'm going to post a retrospective or finished object, but you don't have to have a finished object. You just need to be further along on your goals. And then in there you will post a link to your original post in the chatter thread about what you wanted to accomplish, and then list out what you did accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe your goals have changed from when you set them to when you post about your retrospective, but just need to say what happened in your life in that last 6 weeks, or 2 months, that changed. And that's all there is to it. So again,
could be anything, right?
Could be anything.
So a couple of examples you threw out there.
I want to work on my blanket squares, so blanket squares accomplishment. I want to knit more socks in the new year. Probably end up knitting less sweaters because of that. And cold sheeping. I don't know that I have a big goal about cold sheeping, but I know you do.
Mm-hmm.
So my goal is just to start knitting from stash. So not that I don't, but this year I did that lunch bag thing where you take the lunch bags and you put your yarn in it now, and then you mystery your projects from the stash in the bags from here on out. So I kind of set myself a tentative goal. I have 9 socks, and that doesn't include the ones that I'm going to show you here later. 9 socks in bags, 7 of them self-striping, 2 that are not. And then I have 4 hand spuns in bags that, random, you don't know which one you're going to get. And then I have 4 sweaters. And I'm casting on a sweater in this pile, so...
And you just put a representative ball in there, right?
Yes.
Because otherwise you'd be able to be like,
this is a sweater bag. No, I actually wrote on the outside of them what they are.
Oh.
So I will know if I'm grabbing a hand spun or a sock or a sweater, but I won't know which of the sweaters, socks, or hand spun.
So the category isn't a mystery. It's the containing yarn.
Yeah, so when I get my sweater done, I know that, I gotta go to my pile of 4,
Mm-hmm.
pull one out, and that's what I'm going to work on next.
Mm-hmm.
And then same with the socks. You know, I got a sock done, I'll go down to the bags and pull out another sock, you know, kind of thing.
I'm in that like mystery, like myself in that way, but I think I was thinking about going through, so you alluded to the fact that I'm going to cold sheet, which to me means I'm going cold sheet. I'm just going to purchase at the events that I attend. So just in real life purchases, because my internet purchases are getting kind of crazy. And I do a pretty good job of like, should I really get this in real life? But the internet purchases are just so like snap, right? Like, and shipping to me, and you know, I mean, like, and I don't have to carry it around physically, and it's not, the reality check isn't there, I guess. And I have that reality check when it's in person. So I'm going to try that. Last year I tried the one internet purchase per month, and that lasted until,
is it April?
Yeah, April or May. So I'm going to start counting the days. Like, next time you see me, be like, what day is it, Megan, that you haven't internet bought yarn?
Like an alcoholic.
Yep,
Counting so many days since my last internet purchase.
Yarn purchase, yes. Yarn is my drug, yo. And so, but I think I'm going to go through my Ravelry stash because I do a pretty good job. The podcast has helped me a little bit because when I'm doing the show notes, I like to have something to link to. Mm-hmm. So I've got that all out there, which you said was another good example of a knitting related but non-actual physical knitting resolution, right? Like get all of your Ravelry stash out there. Or stash out on Ravelry.
I should re-preface. We all have New Year's resolutions about health and family and stuff. These are supposed to be knitting resolutions.
Yep. And I think I might tag it like to14. Mm-hmm. Let's use this, you know. I don't know. I'll come up with something catchy because, you know, I love the words. But to like really focus on the things that have been, you know, I have stash guilt. I have a lot of stash guilt. I want to use the beautiful indie dyed yarns that I have in my stash, and they're just sitting there all staring at me going, you don't love me, do you? Why won't you use me? So there's that. We're going to do the self-striping KAL drawings at the end. So we have the December one. So even if you didn't get all 12 entries in, or you came kind of late to the game, there will be the December prize that is for everybody that entered, and then we'll do this super special grand prize at the end. And then we didn't talk about this last time, but we are going to do it again. So there'll be another 12 months of self-striping KAL if you're interested in participating. If you're new to the podcast and or the KAL, it is just a progressive KAL. You don't have to start something in January and finish it in January. You could have a self-striping project on the needles now and finish it in February, and that's one entry. So the only rule is when I'm doing the monthly drawings, you can't have more entries than there are months. So let's say you bang out 3 self-striping in January because you had a bunch on your needles. Only one of them will count in January, and then another one would count in February, and then the third one would count in March.
Right, so please don't post them until the month comes up.
Just for administrative purposes, so that it's easier for me to do those monthly drawings. But ultimately, you just have to do 12 in the 12 months, and bazinga, you've got your 12 projects of self-stripey goodness. And it's a super fun thread to peruse and to be enabled.
Yeah. Well, and I found, since this is the first time we did it, it was really nice for looking for patterns for self-stripey items. So you're like, oh, well, that person did mitts. That's really cool. Or, oh, that's a really cool pattern on that sock. You know, just a lot of different things.
Yeah. Yep. And Ravelry has recently done some really cool things, like with forum posts where you can go and see all the patterns that were mentioned, like magic linked in the thread. It doesn't do like all the patterns that pictures came from, I don't think. If you just put you have to magic link the actual pattern. But yep, it's a fun thread to go out and look, and I was blown away by the number of people that participated, and I was also blown away by the number of people that kept up with it, because I kind of had to sprint at the end to get caught up. And there were the people that just did their one a month, right? They just were slow and steady marathon, 12 12 self-stripies. And that's the other thing, it doesn't have to be socks. You mentioned mitts and hats, and it doesn't have to be even fingering weight. It could be a
worsted weight,
worsted.
But it has to be intentional striping.
Yeah. So the yarn has to be labeled as a self-striping. It can't be like a happy coincidence stripe. And you can have self-striping that doesn't really look like it stripes either if you get it at the right diameter. But as long as your yarn is self-striping, away we go.
Cool.
Yes. And I think that's all the administrati that's to be had. I don't think we had anything else. Oh no, I wanted to mention, I'm looking for crazy ideas on what to do for the winter games, Ravelinics. Last year, was it was 2 years ago? I think it was 2 years ago now, because it's 2014, right? It would have been the 2012 Olympics. I did the Even Star, and I wanted to finish it in the, I forget how many days there were total. And I jumped on Stacy's project idea, and she didn't have another one, and suggested, smart person that she is, that I ask you guys. So if you have any crazy ideas on things to accomplish for the Ravelinic Games, I'd love to hear them. Post them in the episode thread. And Amy's interested to look too, right?
Yeah.
Not that you're going to do it, but just that.
I mean, I remember you going through the Even Star in that time frame, and you spent a lot of hours up late, and yeah.
I didn't. I would love to say that I just like breezed through it and handled it gracefully, but I watched that episode when I was producing it, and I was like, I literally look like a zombie.
Yeah.
I was like, and Amy would start to talk, and I would be like, let's just wrap this up because I need to go focus on the Even Star. So yes, it wasn't a graceful Even Star and for the Ravelinic Games, but it was it got done.
It got done ahead of time, so I think you might have overdone it.
I overshot, yeah.
But, tends to be how you do.
Yep, just run knit.
Mm-hmm.
I run it. Yeah, and that's that. Administrati.
Okay, awesome sauce.
Crazy pants. Suggestions are being taken. Do you have any FOs?
I have two that I can show, but where did the other one go?
It disappeared underneath the pile of whips.
Alright. So this is going to be the month of squares for me, like I said. So I'm going to start doing my little weave squares again. And this little cutie just sprung off of the loom today. So that was fun.
What's the yarn? It's a pretty green.
Yeah, these are what I knit my son's socks out of. It's Claudia Hand Paints Eats Your Vegetables. So, or Eat Your Veggies, I think. Yes, shortened it. And then I finished the extra yarn, or Annabelle's extra yarn socks. And I want to put, so you can see the design. Yes. Because when they're on your feet, stretch out. So these are for my daughter. I had her try them on with sweaty feet. Like she was running or something and her feet were really sweaty. And she is kind of one who runs warm anyway, so I'm not sure how much knitting of socks I'm going to be doing. I've also determined that kids only get basic socks from here on out. Like if I'm going to go to the trouble, I'm going to make them for myself. Yeah, these, the fit is a little dodgy because she can't put them on herself. I have to help her, and it's kind of like that what you would do for stockings or tights. You know, you just need to get your toe into the toe before you start pulling, because if you start at the cuff and pull, it just, she can't get anywhere with it. And again, her feet were sweaty, so.
And you substituted the heel, right?
Yeah, I did. I changed the heel from the pattern. So yeah, like my modifications could have attributed to the non-fitting. But again, her feet were sweaty. So I'm going to cross my fingers that these are A-okay. And if anybody else has like skinny, long, little feet, because these won't fit her for much longer. There's only like a 1/4 inch gap but there is a gap, so they should stretch quite a bit as she grows. And that is that. Very cute. I have a lot of extra yarn left. I might, speaking
which
of
is
extra,
ironic.
Yeah. It's very cute.
Yeah,
It's
and then
apropos.
that's the Jinx yarn, right?
Yeah, this is the Jinx BFL nylon blend, I believe. And yeah, it was nice to knit with.
It's very pretty. Is your daughter like purple?
She's more of a blue,
That's right.
but she thought these were cute.
Purple.
But as most 5, almost 6-year-olds tend to be, she just, she tried them on, and then she said, "Can I take these off?" And I said, "Okay." Off she went.
Yeah.
So, yeah, her feet were sweaty when I asked her to try them on, so they weren't happy things. She just wanted them off again.
Yeah. Children are such fickle little beasts. I was knitting the Hall of Leia, and my son walked up, and very innocently, but you could tell he was trying to be a little snarky. Is that my sweater? And I was like, "No, it's not. I'm knitting something else." "Oh, is my sweater done?" I was like, no, it's not. And then today I got the same like eye roll sigh response when I was like, "Come on, let's try it on. Look, it's got arms and a body." And he was like, "Mom," I'm just like, "You've been hounding me about this thing, and now you won't even try it on." So yes,
Yeah.
they're fickle little creatures.
Well, and then I also finished lots of slippers. Like, I think I finished 3 pairs of slippers, but they instantly ran away with their owners. And then a hat. So another Measure in Love hat.
I saw that, yeah. Out of your hand spun.
No, this wasn't hand spun. It was yarn held double.
Oh, okay.
And that was a quick. Everything was quick, and in and out. So I don't have those to show you. Like I said, they're with their new owners.
Yeah. I think we're going to have an interesting FO segment because, yeah, the only FO that I had went to the owner. So I knit my my aunt, who really likes my knitted items. I don't knit for many other people outside of my mom and my brother and my,
Immediate family.
other than her. And we were visiting my grandma, who's living in a care facility, and she was like, "Wow, that's a really nice hat." And there is history. I've knit my grandma things, and she gives it to my aunt. Like, "Oh yeah, that's beautiful." And then I'll see my Aunt Sandy wearing it, And so I just quit knitting her things, right? Because it just ended up, it was Sandy anyway. And so then, I give something directly to Sandy in front of her, and then all of a sudden she was like, "Wow, that's a really nice hat. Sandy, can I try it on?" And I was like, "Sandy, I will knit you a replacement." So the next day I went to the, and I think I have the little tag here. I went to Hancock, and they had Bernat Mosaic in the psychedelic colorway, and it's very, it's Nora-esque.
Yeah.
It's got a long color repeat, really, really bright colors. It's 100% acrylic, but it was really kind of soft to the hand. It's not like that squeaky, and it washed up really nice. I highly recommend it as like if you were making a blanket and Nora was out of your price range, like get this Bernat, or how would you say it? Bernat Mosaic. It's good yarn. And I knit that in less than 24 hours. So like she was there for Christmas Eve, and I finished it. And then I had to explain blocking to everybody in my immediate family. Extended family. I was like, "Well, you could have it now, but I'm gonna," and granted, acrylic doesn't block real well, but there were just places like on the drizzle where the lace is, where you just kind of want to get it like, and that's how I explained it. I was like, "See the brim? It's like, it's stockinette, and this is different. This little lace part." I can't remember what my brother kept calling it. Not lace, but like holes or something.
Nets.
Like nets, or yeah, the netting. And you want that to be more consistent, so like that this doesn't pooch out, and that the top, like where the decreases are, you just kind of want to, blocking magically makes everything look really nice. And so I wanted it to magically make everything look really nice. And yeah, so then my brother took a picture of her wearing it. There might be a swap. My grandma might take that one, the rainbow-tastic one, and then give Sandy the
Okay.
The bluey one. But, yep, no FOs.
Cool.
Other than that, no FOs for show. Do you want to tackle
the pile?
Mount Knitmore over there?
Okay. Well, I just wanted to bring out the thing because I posted an Instagram picture and it just said that it was all the yarn I was balling up for my January cast-ons, and I didn't explain any of it, so I thought I wanted to go through that. But first I'll go through my real literal whips. This is 100% Kiviot. I have owned it for maybe 6 or more years and I have not done anything with it because I'm scared. Don't want to. I'm scared. So then I finally decided that I am going to go ahead and knit up a cowl pattern. I will have it linked on my Ravelry page. I haven't created the page yet. I just started it. But I just wanted the yarn itself to sing, so I'm not doing a smoke ring or anything like that. It's just a plain stockinette thing. And I'm excited to, start working with it. And actually get an object from it. Yeah. So that
6 years you've had it in your stash.
Well, yeah,
That's longer than I knit.
Well, I think that it's been 6 years. I mean, I could probably go out and look.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember you, because you got it when you were knitting the hunting boots, right?
Yeah.
And I don't remember seeing you knit those, or the hunting boot socks.
Right.
Not the hunting boots. You didn't knit those. But yeah, so yeah, it could have been before you knew me. Or you knew me, but we weren't knitters.
Yeah. So that is, that's a 2014, starting the year off with luxury. And then I worked a bunch on my socks that have been on the needles for over a year. And I have one and most. Yay! Woohoo! So I was only to the heel flap on sock 1 when you saw them last. So I have been diligently working away on them.
Zoom, zoom.
And I get surprised by how fast certain things go when you're like, no, that's not bus knitting anymore. That's all the time knitting. And it's like zoom, like, wow. It's like, oh yeah, when I only work on something for 20 minutes a day, it doesn't get done.
Imagine that.
So these are, like I said, zooming. And it's kind of fun now because I can count the repeats on the V's in the front and know exactly how many more V's or repeats I have to do.
So you have your progress chart.
Yes, I have a progress indicator and it's awesome.
Do those fit you? They look short.
You mentioned that and they are a little short on me. I might have to rip them out and start the toe a little bit different. I don't know what it was, but this toe seemed to be very short. It was a standard set of decreases, but since the patterning went onto the toe, I don't know what it was about it.
Yeah,
that
it just kind of shrunk it back up.
Yeah, shrunk it back up or whatever, because I did it, the way I would do any other sock, and it still ended up a little bit short.
You might be able to block it.
But I've been wiggling my toes in it and going, oh, maybe it'll be okay. And so it's one of those things you're like,
well, it's a lot easier on a top-down sock to add.
Add toes.
Have you already woven in the ends on the other toe?
I did. I finished the sock. But I will happily just cut the tip off and unravel if I have to. I have enough yarn. If I have enough
with a song in her heart.
Lopping off the toes.
Snip, snip here, snip, snip there. And a couple of tra-la-la. Okay, sorry.
So yeah, they are on their way.
They are.
So yeah, we just gotta keep going. Trucking here. I didn't get much progress done on the cowl because, like I said, I zoomed out another hat in the process. So this got a little bit further along, but not huge amounts. I think maybe a row.
We might be knitting it together because my brother requested a cowl.
Oh,
he saw I gave my mom the prototype one that I knit up.
Well, as soon as those socks are actually off the needles, and I've determined whether or not I need to fix them, the cowl will probably zoom. And then I have my stepdad's hunting vest.
You have tons of progress to show.
Yeah. And so that is the front. I have to get to 14 inches, and then I can do the arms, and then after so many repeats of the front, I got to do the V. It's a V-neck. But I'm nowhere near that. I'm still working, well, not nowhere near. I'm thinking I'm a ½ inch from starting the underarm, but I'm nowhere near the V. And yeah, and then I will determine whether I want to do this whole pattern on the back or just do plain stockinette on the back.
Are you liking the patterning?
Yeah, it's fine. It's not hard. It's not bugging me.
It's really pretty.
It's just a matter of I know the stockinette will go faster.
Yeah. And your deadline is how many days out?
Oh, it won't get done in time for that.
Okay.
I'm more worried about starting some slippers for my mom because I had made some that were too small and then I never knit her some, so more slippers have to be knit.
Yes.
So we got that. So just keep throwing project bags on the floor. If you ever want to know which project bag I held up, just ask me.
Mm-hmm.
There are all sorts in here. And then this was the basement one. I don't know if I had mentioned it on the podcast or not, but I had a whip that was in the basement that I was like, oh, I think I have one more in the basement.
Those are big needles.
Yeah, I started knitting a pillow cover. So I'm going to make a nice throw pillow for my couch, but, you know, tiny one. I think it's going to be a 12 by 12.
Fun!
Maybe I can get a little bit more out of it. 12 by 12 pillowcase. And it's just made up cables. Random. Not so random, but you know, you get the idea. There was no pattern involved. And that is just whenever I feel like it, and I don't care if it gets done. So you may never see it.
Sorry, you're tickling me.
You may never see it on the podcast until it's like done. Next, which is next? I don't know. Start on the thing. So here's the slippers for my mom.
Out of Cakewalk.
Yep, Cakewalk yarns. Yep.
I think I have a similar skein that I've been.
This is Maleficent by No Makers, and it's going to be socks for my friend Sarah. No pattern yet determined, but the slippers will be first, and as soon as those are off, then this bag will be dedicated to Sarah's. So they're both in there. I saw one too many stitch surfers on the internet, and so these are my inversibles by Fiber Nymph Dye Works, and I will be doing some stitch surfers. I printed the pattern and I'm reading through it. I have yet to cast on, but I just balled them today, so.
I've recently been like, my thought processes have been like, that's a really cute sock, but I want it to be on my head. So like I read through the pattern, like how to do it, and I was like, it would be kind of fun to just make a, you know, you'd have to with either do fingering held double or
that would just up the
or just go worsted, or you could do like a bajillion more stitches in fingering. But
so these are Perry the Platypus self-striping. I think it's Nilani yarns. And yeah, these are gonna probably be some vanilla latte socks.
I've got my self-striping I'm gonna bring out at the same time.
Okay.
Nothing done with it yet, but self-striping yet to be knit.
I'm pretty excited to get this on the needles.
Yeah. Are they gonna be for you?
No, these are for my husband. So not for me, not for me.
Yep, resolution to knit more socks, right?
Yes, exactly. And then the final thing is that I am swatching for a sweater. I am going to be knitting a pullover version of Myrtle. And it's a very lacy scoop neck top. It's a cardigan, but I'm just going to modify it and make it a pullover. A few people have done that already.
Super pretty.
And then I think I'm knitting this in stockinette because there's not any stockinette on the pattern as it is, but a lot of people have changed the sleeves to stockinette and then the underarm panels to stockinette, and I am slowly realizing that that's what I need to do, because I've knit tight. If you have a tighter lacy sleeve, because this is supposed to have negative ease in it, I don't know if I'm gonna like that. So
and what yarn is this?
This is oh gosh, I don't have the thing. It's an MCS I got in a Cookie Swap Club, and then
that's right.
And then I went ahead and grabbed
is that Richness
these
of
stashes.
Martins?
Yes, that's it.
By Alicia Goes Round?
Yes.
So you just have to tell me a little bit of the story, and I can pick it up.
Thank you. It's a really brilliant red. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Yeah, you went out and hunted down the extra skeins, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I made trades. I bought some of the, yes. And a lot of people that did it just because they didn't like the red. I mean.
Oh, really? I would think maybe like an MCS maybe with on your feet, like socks. Because cashmere sometimes on socks. You need that nylon. Although silk is similar to a nylon in the durability. But
yes, they were very much happy trades or purchases. So yeah, I have 3 balls, so 1,200 yards, and then I have an extra from the generous Bacon Fairy, because she had knit the socks and went ahead and sent me her leftovers.
So very pretty.
So they're all sitting here together. I don't know if they match terribly well. It's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good.
Red is hard. A lot of people have a hard time differentiating shades of red.
Yeah, so just as long as it's not an obvious line, I'll do some sort of wrangling to get that. But, whew, that's everything. Except I wanted to mention my mom had sent me different sizes. So this is the large bag. It's got my 3+ skeins of yarn in it.
This is the extra large.
Yeah, that's like the super extra large, I think.
Yep.
So this is the medium. You can see the difference there. And then this is the small. So this one could definitely fit a sock project.
Mm-hmm.
Your one skein wonder kind of project. And then this one's if you want a little bit more room in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is a skein of yarn in here.
The silk striping.
Yeah, December. And so you can fit 2 skeins of yarn in here and a little bit of room for your project. And like I said, this has the 3+ balls in it already, and a package of needles. So.
And that's the silver shed?
Yep. And then these are the babies. So it's a flat bottomed notions pouch, and then this is the envelope style. So this one will actually sit up. My mom likes to call it the candy bowl. If you were to put a bunch of candy in there, and then you were like come and you plop it in the center of the table, and then everybody can reach in and get their candy. Same with this size too. She puts like her peppermints in it.
Fun. Then it would smell like peppermint.
Mm-hmm. And that's cool. We're going to be using that later.
Yes.
A few of these might end up in drawings.
Yeah. Thank you.
Whew.
Okay. You're not done talking. You're going to have to talk tons more later. I don't know. Just giving you more time. So, when last you saw this, it was, I think I had set it aside for a little bit, and I picked it back up, and I found my linen stitch mojo, and I went up. This is the first time I was telling Amy that I think I've actually followed the pattern and done the sleeves first, because I was there was some special instructions on how to join it back in, rather than just casting on and working and then going from the top down. This is the Little Stitches hoodie by Amy Carnegie, and it's 716 knit in the custom, no, it's not a custom colorway, but a custom big skein, Undead English Patient. And yeah, it's for my son Dexter, and I absolutely love the fabric it's creating. But the fabric it's creating is a lot of work. So yeah. I've put lots and lots and lots of hours in this, and hopefully he loves it and isn't fickle about it. What else do I got to say? Still undecided on the hood. Yeah, I will have yardage, hopefully, although it is starting to feel hollowed out.
Yeah.
But we shall see. On that, make sure I set this down so I don't lose all my slip stitches. And then I cast on for the Hallelujah KAL that's currently going on in the Mustache group. Hallelujah is by MC Knits, and it's a really great, it's very similar to my shirt. It's green. Yes, I like this green on me. I love green, but I especially love this green on me. It's Pumikai. It's supposed to look like an emeraldy green, and I'm really enjoying the construction of this. So it's pieced, so you work from the, and I hope I'm not giving too much of the pattern away, but this is the back, and you work a front left and right piece, and then you work the bottom half of the garment and the sleeves. And so it's just a really fun construction, something that I've never done before, and I'm enjoying. I am, however, getting tired and wished that I hadn't made this into one big monster skein just for showsies, because every time I get done with like 4 rows, I end up having, because I'm alternating skeins, to pick it up and
so you're going outside and inside?
Mm-hmm. Well, how else would I have done it?
Balled up 2 balls?
That's what I said. I wish that I had, because now I get to sit here and untangle after every row.
You still end up doing it.
And this is a little bit of, you got to eat your meat before you get your pudding, because the interesting stitch texture is now
it's towards the end.
It's towards the end, but and I'm untangling on air, which is always really interesting. So there's that. I did not do the fancy swatch, but in general, I get the gauge if I use the needle that it's specified for, and I am okay with ripping out, which you have to be when you don't swatch. So I just cast on and started away with the pattern and measured, and I'm getting pretty similar, if not maybe a little looser, which is good, because I did, it calls for like 0 to 2 inches of positive ease, and I did the 0, right? So if it's a little big, if my gauge is a little bigger, then I'm okay with that. And it's a very thin, loose, drapey gauge that you're knitting the fingering at. Mm-hmm. But I like the way the two are combining in the switching back and forth. So there's that. Much more to come. This was the one that I was knitting that my son accused. Now, is that my sweater? I'm like, no, of course it's not. And that's in my big old girl cave bag. Yeah, and those are the 2 whips that are, I just zipped my working yarn, fit to be shown. I've got a little bit of design work that you might be hearing about in the near future, but nothing for current consumption. All right. Did you bring over any enabling other than the bags? Oh, we have gifts. Yeah, gifts. So we have Fantastico people that are always on the outlook for things to delight and thrill us. And we had a few gifts arrive in the last couple of weeks that we wanted to share. So our good friend Deb sent us, and now I don't, where did mine go? Well, you have to show yours, because I
it's right there. Is it behind you?
No, I said Deb.
Sorry.
The socks.
The socks. They're there.
Where?
Just under.
Oh, it's mixed in. I see. So not only are they stripy socks, but
in awesome colors. They say zombie.
Zombie. And these look like some nice knee highs. Can let my zombie flag fly underneath my work pants.
There you go.
Mm-hmm. So thank you so very much, Deb, for keeping us in your thoughts and sending these our way.
So cute.
Super duper cute. I definitely love the heel toe.
I was like, oh, really cool socks, and then I noticed what was written in them, and I'm like, oh, fun!
Very apropos. And then our friend Michelle,
Yes,
who
Michelle.
is Miss Michelle is awesome. This again, another hidden feature. We were like, oh, that's cute. Have you seen my zombie? Oh, I love zombies. You didn't give me enough lead time.
Sorry.
So if you flip your shirt, so you have to layer appropriately.
Yes.
Over your head. So that's where, have you seen my zombie? Somebody asks you, then you can show them.
They show you, like, reverse cornholio style. You actually place it on top of your head around it.
And then you could, and then you could just walk around.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this seems like it might glow in the dark.
Oh, could.
We didn't try it out.
No.
It might be kind of scary if the face glowed in the dark. You could walk around with that over your... Ooh.
It very well could, actually. Wow.
Yeah. These are super awesome to show.
It would certainly glow in a black light, for sure.
These are super awesome, Michelle. We love them. Thank you so much. And, yeah, it was a nice surprise. Just thought they were a cute shirt, and then Amy actually looked at the tag and was like, oh my gosh. I think I probably would have noticed when I was putting it on.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a head in here. Hoping, anyway. And that ends enabling. So thank you to you guys. Gifts are not expected or even, they're above and beyond. So thank you so very much. We greatly appreciated because I would never have seen either of those things.
Yeah, exactly.
And they would have become mine if I had. So super sweet of those gals. And then at the end. We're at the end. Oh, the end is nigh. Where's the bag?
I got it.
So for December, the self-striping yarn is the color wheel in a nice little gray, not little, but gray, orange, purple, black.
Them or no?
We're gonna say them loud, and then we can.
Oh, okay then.
Mm-hmm. But so there was 2 through 1724, and the winner is Dawn, who is Delight Alex, 758. So Dawn, Delight Alex, number 758, out in that thread. If you can contact me with your address, I can get this shipped to you, and you can self-stripe it up with us in 2014. So, bag is empty.
Yes.
Auditing.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing in there. We had 36 entries. Our superstar, all-star, did all 12 months. Somehow, magnificently, since I hardly was able to keep up. First, we have Sarah, Forensic Girl. We have Jen, GI Punk Jen. We have Katie, Give Me Ginger. We have Danny, Lanois. It kind of looks like Illinois. Lanois. Lanois. We have Holly, Memphis Holly. We have Penny, Siberian Cat. Do you want to say any of them?
Tracy, Phoenix Fire. Twinnie Mama.
Lanny.
Alaska Mama. BJ Holly Bonnie. Linda, 9 grands for Grandma. Jerry, Pattern Whisperer. Alchemy. Diane, Skitcher? Yeah, Skitcher. Laura, Mom 2 Boys, 76. Rhonda,
Risotto.
Knitting Mommy,
Letitia.
Linda M.N. Noble?
M. Noble? Linda M. Noble?
Oh, okay. I saw the Minnesota M.N.
Yeah.
Renee.
Lips Real. Lips
Real.
Lips Real? Don't know.
Heather, Bunnyfish.
Woo!
Tara.
Terasana.
Daisy Knits a Lot. Michelle, Shelly Knit. Angela.
Angelia. AMC Guerra. She has very pretty patterns. Shannon Stitches. Just give it if you're tired. It's only 36 of them. Isabel, Well Woman. Jenny, Jench24. Rose Bob, Rose. Annette K18. Suzanne, MISIM. Carla, Blogless Carla, Chicago Peeps representing. Catherine, Ryan Like Lion. Debbie G. Dawn's Knits. Melissa, Ploverbird. And last but certainly not least, Steph Knitting Samurai.
Okay, they've all been folded. They've all been. It was your KAL, my dear. I will hold the bag.
If the if that wasn't, the lead up wasn't long enough, and the winner is, this one is calling my name.
Yes, congratulations to everybody.
Jerry, Pattern Whisperer. You need to contact me, and we will get a congratulations. We will get the colors, the 2 colors that you need to Fiber Nymph, and if I'll probably give Fiber Nymph your address because she'll be shipping it to you, not to me. Contact me, Jerry Pattern Whisperer.
Get these out of my bag.
It's not my bag, baby.
That's alright.
Thank you for making the KAL so much fun and for participating, you guys.
Yes, congrats to all
36
those people.
times 12 of those entries in the forum was done. Yeah, a lot of stuff. And we'll be back to our normal recording schedule. Yep. Don't have anything for the retreat to speak of other than by the end of January. I think we mentioned it last time. You need to have your roommate or your lodging preferences to us if it's changed at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's about it. Yep. More exciting things to come on that front.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye, Yufta.